at iHeartMedia.com. So to those who are listening through the iHeartRadio app, thank you for listening not only here in Philadelphia, but across the region in Jersey, Delaware. Thank you for joining me, those folks that can hear us in Maryland, and those around the country and around the world. What's going on? Don't forget as well to follow me on social media on IG, Facebook. I haven't TikTok yet, but follow me on social media, and you can do that at Frankie Darcell. So we're gonna wrap up a conversation we started a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks in, I am glad to have back in the studio from the Philly Pro-Am Basketball League, Novar Gatson, who is back. Novar, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you, Frankie.
Good to have you.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, I am so excited, and I want to share with the audience, this is over and above just talking about basketball and what it actually means, and the experience that you had. You attended John Bartram High School, went on to Rider University, and you've been playing 12 seasons in Japan. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
And the opportunities that playing sports out of the city of Philadelphia, now playing, overseas, and came back to the city to do something at this very critical time. For young people having an opportunity for something to do. And you've got some seasoned folk as well, because on Friday night was the celebrity basketball game. We're going to talk about that as well. I want to also bring into the conversation, you can find him on IG. Most people have. He's got over 4 million followers on 2 sites. And he's been in a number of different movies. And if you've seen Last Strike and I'm Heaven, good to have Gheefunny in G-H-E-E Funny.
You really like that name, don't you?
I like the
See, what I don't appreciate is how you left out all my basketball accolades.
Oh, okay. Tell us. I'm sorry,
So
baby. Talk about your basketball.
She basically was just talking about.
I don't want to,
That's my after career stuff. I want to get into a little bit of that. Back when I was playing with ball, I did a lot of things with the Houston Rockets back in the day. I played overseas for about 4 months.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in Camden. for about 4 months.
Camden?
Yeah.
Overseas?
Yeah. Over the water. Over the water.
It could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Call it Ben Franklin Bridge. It's overseas.
Then me average about 7 points a game. They sent me home because the checks wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I'm doing me right now. I'm here helping my man Var out.
Yeah. Listen, first of all, I want to go back because congratulations to you, Gheefunny, because you've done such great work working with the Philly Pro-Am.
Thank you.
That they've given you a title and responsibility.
Yeah, right.
Titles are important.
Yeah.
Titles are important.
Var just want me to do some of his work. I don't know. I know what's going on. He got too much work.
No, Var, talk about why you started. This is year number 3.
Yes.
And you guys started the Philly Pro-Am Basketball League a couple of years ago. And it has been phenomenal. I've come to a couple games. We're going to talk about the celebrity game on Friday night as well. And, it's a tough time. It's a tough time across the country. Mm-hmm. But because we're all here in Philadelphia, it's been a tough time in the city. You've done a couple of things, and people would talk about basketball, but it's just more than that. You give an opportunity to people who want to be able to play in a cool environment, giving guys an opportunity to come and get together and compete. And I mean, those brothers over there balling for real. Really organized, very well done. Congratulations to you and your board on that. Great job this summer.
Well, thank you. Again, I can't take all the credit. I got a great staff.
Speak into the mic for me.
I got a great staff. Gheefunny is one of the members.
Can you get through a meeting with Gheefunny in it though?
Yes, I'm trying to. I'm trying to. He's a hilarious guy.
I hate that everybody think I'll be playing. That's the part. He's gonna be jokes.
Prime example. But I'm passionate about it. I'm very passionate about giving back. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything on an overseas salary, but I got a lot of help from a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it's another way for us to keep people safe twice a week. You know what I mean? And I take a lot of pride in that. I was that kid that needed help. I was that kid that needed space and
I met your mom.
Oh, you did.
I did. She was so wonderful.
Yeah, cool and calm.
Oh my goodness, we had a wonderful time. She sat behind me. And we had a wonderful time. Please tell her that I said hello.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another, like I said, it's another way to keep people safe. It's another way for pros to continue to come back and get better in the summer when they craft. And then it's fulfilling for me. You know what I mean? It's fulfilling for me. No matter how much energy I exert, it's super fulfilling.
It's a lot too, because I mean, you guys, you're definitely handling getting people in and out, You got to organize getting the teams together, getting the guys together, get coaches together.
Yeah.
You've got to do, you've got to have your commentators together. It's a lot. People don't understand what it takes to pull off something big like this. And, you talked about your team of folk that have worked with you.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and people are having fun. So talk about as well how the teams are doing in the championship game that's going to be coming up July 28th.
Well, last night we had a really, really good game. South Philly versus Lewis Leonard was really, really good. Really super competitive. We had a guy hit a league record 9-3 straight. Randolph 9-3 straight. So I haven't seen that in the summer league in a long time. You know what I mean? And you got Gee running around doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
So it was the energy in the building was magnificent. But it's a competitive league. We are now an NCAA sanctioned league. That took me a while to get done. Obviously with some help. But that makes the league a little bit more even more competitive. You know what I mean? We got college guys and NBA guys and international players in the same gym competing.
Yeah.
So that's like really, really loud for the city.
Yeah. So how does a comedian get involved, man?
I mean, everybody tell you, like, when I show up.
And you're the
games,
commentator for the game. You help call the games, right?
Yeah. Take the games to another level. Like basketball is an entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So once you mix in the comedy with the guys that's playing basketball, it kind of makes it get really good. You know Last night was crazy, like you said.
Yeah. So moving forward as well, the role that you play, and again, congratulations. Talk about being appointed. Now you're a part of the board. What does that mean for you?
I just want to see the league grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a good idea that VAR and them came up with, man, and I think the city kind of needs it. You know what I'm saying? I think we just need to embrace it more than we really are. You know what I'm saying? Because for this 6 weeks every summer or 7 weeks every summer, this is something that we give our community to do every week and have something to look forward to. Like even South Philly last night, their whole neighborhood was right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sure. So from South all the way down to to Pack.
What does that mean for the community, though? You know, when you say that, and I don't want you to just, gloss over that. You know, when you say whole South Philly is there, people have, because it's not a lot, especially for young people, to be able to, grown folks too, unless you're paying for it. But what does that really mean? What does that mean? Do people realize the value of what you're bringing to the community?
I don't think so. Especially,
Why?
Especially our city. Our city got so much violence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much violence. And for everybody to get in one building and just laugh and jokes, some food, music, and some entertainment, like Guy say, it's essential.
Are you guys getting the support you feel like, and not just from the fans, but this is an opportunity in this humongous forum to talk about what you guys are doing and did it on your own dime. Novar, you talked about, you're using your resources from playing overseas and the network that you guys have built. Are you getting support from, state, city leaders to be able to say?
We recently just got, we partnered with Isaiah Thomas, who's a councilman in Philadelphia. He's a great guy. He's coming on board and helping us. This. Our foundation.
Because when you talk about the millions of violence prevention dollars that are out there to support, opportunities and organizations that I think that you guys fall within that category. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet, there's also a component that you guys are addressing and creating a safe space for people to talk about mental health issues as well.
Right.
So there's on Instagram. I don't know if it was yesterday, maybe a couple days ago. I just seen Dion Waiters post something about, he was struggling with depression. A lot of these players are struggling with something similar in that alleyway, but won't come to the public with it. Yeah. And we just commend him for coming out and letting people know, like, it's okay to go through some things, and it's okay to find help to get over.
And you guys are leaders too. You guys are, out front people. Admire what you're doing, and to be able to say it's okay, especially as black men. Because a lot of black men don't die from what they're eating; they die from what's eating them. Right. So it's okay to talk about that. Men talk about Gheefunny, talk about just being able to talk about mental health, and for this brother to even come out and say, I've been dealing with depression.
See, a lot of people don't understand that it's cool to have a therapist. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to release a lot of stress, depression, things out, because holding that stuff in it only makes it worse. Especially for black men, I think. You know what I'm saying? We hold on to so much and try to be so strong for our families and our communities, and a lot of times it tears us down.
Yeah.
So when you do get a lot time to release or let somebody know what you're going through and let it out to the world, it actually takes a lot of weight off your shoulders to where as though you can be more helpful and efficient to help other people get the same help.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys are young black men. I'm just gonna call you out. Kevin's in the studio, my cutie pie over there. Kevin has been my doll throughout the entire summer, looking out for me to make sure I'm okay. Thank you, Nobar, you too. But Kevin's been my guy. I gotta tell you. But as young black men, y'all going to a doctor?
I'm gonna be honest. Frankie,
Kevin, grab that mic over there. Grab that mic. Are you guys going to a doctor? You guys are leaders. We can talk about mental health, but we're going to talk about some physical. Talk about why. Don't look like that, Novar.
I'm going to be honest. My wife been telling me to go to a therapist since.
My daughter's a therapist, so
really?
I know. Yeah, my
told me
daughter's
that
a mental
last
health.
time.
Yeah, she's a mental health therapist, and one of the things, and black women in particular, you know, we do what we do. We do conferences. We do all those kinds of things, and we got to get our black men. We've got to get our black men to do better. This is the generation of black men that has to change the narrative of not only being incredible basketball players and businessmen, because you guys are athletes and businessmen.
Yeah.
You guys got to at least see, if you're not here, what difference is it going to make? Right? So I'm going to start with you. No, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to start. Kevin?
Yeah. I do get checkups.
I
have to get checkups. I got my CDL, so
okay.
I gotta get a checkup every 2 years, but I go every year. You know, I am kind of like a little overweight though. So with my CDL, I gotta watch out to make sure I don't got sleep apnea. People don't understand how important to make sure you don't got sleep apnea.
Right.
That's how a lot of people pass away in their sleep. So,
absolutely.
You know, I don't have it, but I do make sure I go.
Yeah, I'm calling y'all out because it's important. It's important. Novar?
Well, I haven't gone to a therapist yet.
I'm not saying that it has to be a mental health therapist.
Okay.
I ain't saying you had to go lay down on the couch, but you definitely need to go see the doctor and bend over.
No, for sure.
Oh wait, they don't let you. I don't think they let you get your your colon checked out. Say like in your 40s.
And your prostate too.
Yeah, but I definitely haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet.
They don't let me do that. You gotta be 40. I'm only 33.
Yo, you got your colon checked out?
I ain't 40 yet. Get my joint checked next week.
Whoa. This boy crazy, man.
He usually throw me a party on these celebrity days, but you act like you forgot my birthday was this year.
Who? I didn't forget.
I felt some type of way about that.
Well, wait, hold on. Every year we go the 27th, 28th at celebrate again, right?
No, 21st.
No, we do. Oh, we do.
July 21st?
Yeah, but it's
my
the
birthday.
14th. We got time. Don't worry about it. Get him some
I'm
balloons.
not really feeling like his vibe this year.
That is all that it should be, right?
Give him some balloons.
Well, let me give you a early birthday shout out. I'm gonna remember to put you on my Earth Day list this week too.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. But you're not getting out of the question of going to a doctor.
Yeah, I go to the doctors. I don't go to the therapist, but I do to the doctors for sure.
It's important. And I think if you're gonna lead, you know, if you guys are leaders in the community, and I really wanted to, you know, we kind of joked about it, but it's important. And when these young guys are watching you guys, why are you making that face? When these young guys are watching you guys, they want to be able to say, oh, this is what he did. Like the brother you mentioned who came out and said, you know what? I deal with depression from time to time. You know, he's going to impact the life of somebody.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, we call him, his nickname in the city is Lope. I don't think Lope know what he did as far as like coming out. Like a lot of people are going to be okay with getting help now just because he did that. And like I said, hats off to him. Shout out to Deion Waiters for that.
Yeah. All right, so let's get ready to wrap this up in just a few minutes. 20 minutes goes by so quickly. What is it that you want to share about what you guys are doing and where the direction of the league is going?
Well, we're in our third year of, you know, continue to build this foundation. We want to touch base on a lot of things, a lot of avenues regarding mental health awareness. And we just want to get people in the gym, like I said, every summer, twice a week, and everybody's safe. We don't have no nonsense for the last 3 years. I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Just keeping everybody. Somebody asked me the other day, what's been the most successful so far with this league? And I said, we've gotten everybody home safe. You know what I mean? So that plays a big part in how I plan this thing.
Jay, what would you say in terms of the challenges in the community? It's kind of tough out there. right? What would you say to young black men that are listening, or the advice that you would give to parents of that are listening and their sons are really kind of going left? What would you say to them?
What I want to say,
or your thought, or your thought on just the climate.
I can go deep into.
I want you to get deep, boo. We do deep here.
We do deep here.
We do deep here.
It's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. Like, I just think a lot of it, and has changed with like babies raising babies type thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young people having kids, and not having the mindset on how to raise a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because when my dad like 26 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So a lot of times today, like your dad's 17 years older than you, and 16 years older. And I ain't saying it ain't been happening, but it's like a lot of cases. You know what I mean? So it's like they not in them kids' lives the right way because they still trying to live their life. You know what I mean? And they letting their kids go outside at 5 and 6 years old by themselves, and they learning the wrong things. But what I would say is, just try to be in your kid's life for the right reason, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to put them in the right direction, because it's so many other things out here that our kids don't know, and ways to become successful in life other than sports, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? There's other things you can do. Is like
you're live right now too. Hey there. Where's everybody? You got 2 million people. Hey, 2 million. Is this what 2 million people look like? Hey, 2 million people. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all know I just lost my whole train of thought, and I don't know what I started talking about Smokey Robinson.
How did you get into comedy?
Actually, my whole family, my whole neighborhoods, every neighborhood.
Everybody's a comic in the black neighborhood, right?
Yo, I'm saying, I lived in North Philly. I lived on a block called Hansberry. My whole family, we just always been funny. So people don't understand how funny my neighborhoods is. Like, I'm a product of the neighborhood. Yeah. And
every neighborhood has that uncle that everybody has.
Yeah, like I'm just a product.
I'm just
a product of my neighborhood. Like, everybody from my neighborhood was funny, bro. Like, if you just came around our neighborhood, you would find like 10 of me. But everybody don't do it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what made you so successful at it?
Well, I was already a comedian. My son was like kind of like in the acting.
Now, how old is your son?
Yeah, he do comedy with me. Yeah.
Oh, how old is your son?
He's 13.
13? Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So he was, when I figured out he can act, I just started writing skits for us and stuff, and he was nailing them. So it just became popular. You know.
Wow. So you know I'm a playwright.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, there we go. We're going to do a play together. Y'all heard it here first.
I've got a show coming up in November.
Y'all heard it here first. I'm going to be in a play.
Yeah, I've got a show coming up in November. Wow. I say all the time it's all in divine order.
That's it. I was supposed to be here today.
You're supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Because when I got the message from nobody, he's like, I'm bringing stuff. I was like, first of all, I did hear your name before.
Thank you.
I was like, and I didn't get a chance to Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're pretty cool. I'm glad he brought you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All I try to be is cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. You bring some of my dudes from the neighborhood and they play, shout out to Terrence. They want to be nothing but comedy. Yo, free my boy Stan. Oh, who else? It won't be nothing but comedy here. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all won't be here tripping. You get here like, yo, you a comedian,
Why
right?
you get on the radio and then talk about my brother? They're
going to unwrap like a note. I got 14 people I got to shout out first before I even talk to you. Don't worry about I'm going to send that money up there. That's the difference
funny.
with my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They funny, but...
Yeah. I love it. And the neighborhood is showing you love?
Oh, yeah. Everybody behind me on that. They love it. Yeah. Like I said, when they see me, they see them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I'm putting on for the family.
Yeah. Yep. Now, don't do an MC Hammer. Though, when you really make it, you always want to remember your community, but you can't take all of them.
I'm going broke from the rip. I'm letting you know right now.
You go what?
Everybody's getting money. They give me money. Yeah. I'm giving it to all y'all because I already know what's going to happen. Yeah. Like, first of all, like my dad on here right now, my wife on here.
Oh, your dad. Wait, your son with you?
Yeah, my dad right there, my old head.
How did your dad?
Oh, wait a minute. What is going on? And then you got a bald head, too. Like, yeah.
You know, bald is in.
Yeah, this is my wife on here. This is my wife.
Hey, wife.
Yeah.
What's your wife's name? I need to call her by name.
Her name's Jazzy.
Hey, Jazzy.
Yeah.
What's happening, Jazzy? What's your son's name?
My son's name is Shawn.
Sean. And your daddy got a wife?
No, he don't got no wife. I just got my crazy mom. That's it.
Hey, everybody.
My mom ain't with my dad. She probably in the joint like this. Like, she keep looking at him like nobody want him. Like, what you mad? My sister right crack. Well, I promise you, my dad and mom ain't been together in 15 years.
They haven't?
Yeah, she probably staring at that camera.
And your
like,
dad's bald. And your
you not
dad's
even his
bald.
type,
And
huh?
your dad's bald.
He chocolate bald.
How tall is your dad?
How tall you want him to be? I ain't no hater. Oh, and I know you got the still. Oh, it could.
But that is so
my
cool.
own told me. My dad told me, wow. My fault, OG.
Wow.
So your son is 13.
Yeah.
There's you and your dad.
Yo,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we do comedy together, all three.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to see what they do though, Frankie. When I'm sitting overseas, if I'm traveling,
Yeah.
or whatever, I will watch a million of his skits.
Wow.
Just
And it makes
because
you
of
feel like home
Gilly
too.
just joined on here.
Tag him in.
Gilly just joined on here. Gilly,
Just because of
we
how
coming right at
creative he
you.
is, his
Yeah.
execution of his skits.
Yeah.
is-
And plus,
is
and
perfect.
I'm going to tell you, I have met folks at the top of their careers, and just because you like a song or because you like a movie, their vibe is just not right. Your vibe and your spirit is just on point, and I hope you never lose that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I hope you
I
never
just told
lose
him that
that.
the other day. I did.
Yeah.
I said like
Good
just
guy.
keeping authentic people around me, just personally.
Yeah.
It continues to mold me on who I am.
Yeah. And you
what I want
can
my
feel
son to
that even coming to the gym. I was like, everybody was so cool. Shout out Cab, my boy Cab over there.
Hey,
Now listen, real quick, and I'll give you, because you sound like you had a long list as we get ready to wrap up. First of all, the celebrity game was Friday night. I was the honorary coach. I was honorary coach, which is cool, so shout you guys out. The final game is going to be on July 28th. That's on Friday night, and people can get their tickets there at the game. So, right at the entrance, and so they don't have to get them in advance or anything like that. Just show up. Doors normally open at what time? 6 o'clock. How many games nightly? 3 games nightly. All right, so you can get your tickets. Plus, they've got food and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, they left no stone unturned. It's a really, really, really nice night out. All right, Kev, your son had a birthday this week as well. Shout out your folks before they go, before we get ready to go, because I know G was like, yeah, let me make sure I shout out all my people before we go. So you go first. You needed a piece of paper?
all right, but I got y'all, so we finished.
Kevin?
Shouting out all my
Let me
people.
shout out my son Hussein. I love you. Happy birthday, son. Let me shout out Bar and Gheefunny.
Yes,
I see
sir.
what G do with his son. I love what you do with your
Appreciate
son.
you,
got your
dog.
arms
Appreciate
around
you.
your son tight. I
Appreciate you, man.
Shout out my mom, my dad, my brother Tone, my cousin Ty, my cousin Robbie Ty. I love y'all, and my cousin Taekwondo.
He just
And my girl.
did exactly what he just did.
I'm going. I ain't gonna do. I'm going by neighborhood. That's too many. It's too many. My friend. I got too many friends.
Novar, your shout out?
Shout out to everybody that support the Brotherly Love League, my family, my friends. You know, I don't want to get into specifics because there's so many.
Yeah.
But I really genuinely appreciate everybody that continue to support us on the rise. And as far as impacting this community at a high level.
All right. G.
I want to shout out the whole basketball community. First, especially the guys that's helping the youth, man, the Tashi Cards, Lou Leonard, Chuck Ellis's, the MMBL, Daoud, Philly All-American game, all those guys, man. There's so many of y'all. If I missed you, I'm sorry, man. I want to shout out the whole North Philly, everybody from Strawberry Mansion Seconds, and M Block, OFP, Hansberry, all my guys from uptown.
Yo, he going.
Yeah, I'm definitely going there. I want to make sure I get you, because I ain't trying. You know how you see somebody on the street, they steal you.
forgot
Like,
me, man.
yo, let me house you for a minute.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Mom, my dad, my wife, my kids.
Yeah.
Everybody, man. Shout out to all y'all, man.
All right, listen, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
And God is pleased. He really is. Great job that you guys are doing. Thanks for coming up and hanging out with us again, and letting us know we're talking at the beginning of the season. We're close to the end of the season, and job well done. Appreciate each and every one of you. Kev, Novar, and Gheefunny.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Frankie Darcell. On the way, more Philly's best R&B and throwbacks, 105.3.
Dad, Frankie said what's up.
So closed it out perfectly. So this is a clean cut.
Good. Yep. All right. Cool.
We good.
Yeah. Now we got to go back down here.
All
Thank you. I'll send you a second part. Or let you know what second part we'll run.
Okay.
That was great. That was on point. We actually probably could have did a whole second half.
Went up to 24.
You think I should do a second
I
half?
think you should. I'm in the mix right now.
Yeah, you want to hold it, y'all? Come on, we're gonna do a whole hour.
Okay.
And we're gonna be done. And then we'll do. Come on, we're gonna do some more.
So let me see. Usually
They bringing me back.
They bringing me back. So about 15.
I'll say be safe. 18.
I've been talking about you the whole time. Shut up.
Yeah.
18.
My sister told you only got one sister.
I'll say go 18, and that's perfect for me because you caught me right at the right time.
Okay, 18. We'll do 18 minutes, and we can do 18 minutes. So now we're just gonna talk about. Hold on, let me find an angle. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yo, Scar in the game tonight?
No, with the uniform.
I saw her July birthday.
July, yeah.
the day
And
Oh,
Kev's
mine was the
birthday,
second.
yeah. I mean, G.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, G's birthday is the
I got
20th.
cancer. That's
Thanks,
right.
Dad.
20th or 21st.
21st, my birthday.
Okay. All right, so I might need you to turn up and do part of your skit
All right.
to go for a couple of minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready? Ready?
I don't even know what that means. But...
And we are back. I am having a wonderful time. You know, I just believe that, you know, with the opportunity that is given, with the hundreds of thousands who are listening in the region and listening this morning, I recognize the impact that this show and our voices that each of us have on this incredible, legendary radio station, 77 years, I think, at this point, and what WDAS has meant to this community, and just the iconic names of individuals who have come through this radio station and whose voices have been heard on these speakers. It is powerful. So for me and people, I get requests for people to, you know, interview me, and I try, you know, do as much as I possibly can. But I also believe that there comes a time where we've got to go outside of, because I talk the politics, I talk the local stuff, you know, and all that. And I've been covering politics for many, many, many years. But I think there comes a time where you just got to talk to everyday people about what's happening in the community. Those stories that you won't always hear or see on the local news. Young black men who are in the community doing some phenomenal things. You know, we could turn on the news anywhere USA and hear the stories of brothers that are just walking a path that they should not be walking. But I would say to you that there are more young black men making positive impacts on our community than those that you happen to see on the news. We need to deal with that, and we'll deal with that. But there are 3 times the amount of black men in our community that are doing what these young black men are doing here in the city of Philadelphia. Now, that doesn't mean when I get to work on Monday, you could be sitting in front of the door waiting on me to do an interview with you. That might not be the case, but I think you get what I'm saying when I say sometimes it comes a time where you really have to applaud people where they are. And I applaud the Philadelphia Pro-Am Basketball League. And I say that, too, because I do have an affection, you know, for basketball. I'm a huge a sports fan and a former athlete. And so basketball in particular is one of my favorite sports. So when I heard about Pro-Am and then that you guys were going to be playing, you know, against the Record League in New York, and that's big. The Record League is iconic. It's iconic. And Philly won that game. So Philly won that game.
Outside the city.
Yeah. So let's talk about that and how you were able. Novar Gatson is my guest, who is the CEO. And you have an incredible board and a number of people who work with you. Also in the studio with me is Gheefunny. What did you say? 4 million people?
You like saying that name. You say it really high.
Look, I want you to give me some. I want you to give me some.
No, like my thing is, right, I don't mean no disrespect. I just don't appreciate when it comes to the basketball aspect, you don't really mention.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's G-Funny.
Like,
and let me just say, and the world renowned.
Yeah, like say something like a
Hall of Fame nominee. The Hall of Fame, NCAA and NBA Hall of Fame honoree. He is a man amongst many.
There you go.
He is a king amongst kings.
Come on, keep going.
He is a baller amongst ballers.
Work it out.
Yes. He is in the studio with me.
I'm saying I did, you know, I played, I want to say my story a little bit. I played at Strawberry Mansion High School, right? I played behind Reese Rice. I mean, he didn't come out the game, so that means I didn't get in. And That's how that usually works. You know what I'm saying? It's only 32 minutes a game. He played 31 in 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Then the last 30 seconds of the game, I wasn't going in there. I took my jersey off. I was in the locker room.
But you showed up for the senior game, though. You got some flowers.
I started. Yo,
Dude,
I've been waiting 20 years to tell this story.
I
I started the senior game. I had 7 points in the first 3 minutes. Boy took me out the rest of the game.
You're kidding.
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow. What's the coach's name?
That's really what happened. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was cheering. Everybody had Gheefunny headbands on. My wife will tell you. My wife was there. I had Gheefunny headbands on. Mike Morgan just came on here. Mike Morgan will tell you, when I was in high school, they had Gheefunny headbands. They was happy I was in the game.
Mike went to Strawberry Mansion?
No, he was just a friend.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mike Moore.
Shout out to Mike Morgan. Yeah.
Wait, did the 7 points get you, into the college level that
I played college basketball.
Yeah. Oh, good. So, yeah.
I started in college too.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you.
It's hard to kind of talk to a comedian that I'm just meeting.
You want the real story? Or the fake one?
I want the real one.
The real one. I played at Newman College.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And I started because when I left Mansion and got from behind Reese, somebody actually thought I could play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Reese Rice was one of the greatest players ever back then.
It wasn't no AAU back then, was it?
It was AAU. Reese was the only one made the team. He played for the Atlanta Celtics with Dwight Howard and them.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was on that team. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you
100 Park Warriors was around. Was stopping them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that 7 points was.
That was my career. Yeah, that was my career night.
High. Your career high.
Don't do that. Actually, one game versus Bodine. Me and Reese combined for 72 points.
How many did Reese have?
68.
Okay.
Yo, you get crazy, man.
That's a true story. Yeah. No, he had 63. DJ Newbert broke his record the next year at 64.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years later.
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. So was that a good introduction for you?
Thank you. You can go to VAR now. my bad, VAR.
I want to make sure I
because everybody think I can't hoop. Like I just want to get my stuff out there.
Now,
I never seen him play until the first celebrity game we had. And
Talk to him.
all seriousness, he stepped over like a couple feet over half court and launched it. I'm like, oh, he playing bottom.
Really?
Touch nothing net.
I said, he can really play. He can really play. Or when he came down, people think he's too heavy in and out cross somebody step off.
Shawn.
He said, "Who Shawn?"
Yeah, in and out.
No, but he's one of the guys of the foundation that actually has like a basketball IQ. And just him as a person, he's authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And real, like you said, he's real genuine. And having him around this foundation is so important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. Bro.
Yeah. Can you want to tell any of your other stories that you want the world to know? Where's that coach that from high school? Do yeah, listen, because I've approached because I've had conversations.
Gerald Hendricks.
Yeah.
You remember his name?
Yeah, Coach Hendricks. Coach Hendricks never. I used to do crazy things in practice, and I just couldn't get off the bench. He said, "Gee, you're not a point guard. You're a shooting guard, but you got to kind of call me you got to kind of call me a point guard because the shooting guard ball don't come out.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like so play.
Never coming out.
But the point guard come out a little bit, so let me play point. He's like,
Right.
but you want to score too. I can change, man. Reach average 37. That's enough for both of us.
Yeah, big fact.
You feel what I'm saying? I could change. Then my guy Daoud Morris was there from MMBL. You know what I'm saying? He got a limited touches, but he averaged 15 rebounds, so he ain't come out.
Let me say, but there's really, because I always like not to, look outside the box, but there's a story there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because did you play the entire time you were in high school? You were on the team. And your senior year, right?
Yeah, my
you
junior
played,
and senior
right?
year.
Junior and senior year.
Mm-hmm.
You never quit.
No, I didn't quit.
You played the entire season.
Yeah.
That says something about your character. See, because outside of the 7 points, I think that 7 points was major because you were ready. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got into that game, you hit 7. He set you back down.
Yeah, for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but that the fact that your stick-to-itness.
But I was hot.
I know you were hot. I know you were mad. This is your opportunity to go in on the coach. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was hot.
She giving you the whole room.
I was, bro. I was
because you know what? On a real note, and I've had these conversations with my high school coaches.
I'm touching a nerve.
Do you know the amount? And shout out to all the coaches from Pee Wee League through college. It takes a lot. But there are a lot of folk that shouldn't be in coaching.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of folks who have destroyed the careers and the college opportunities for some young. Am I touching the nerve? And I say this because there are parents that are listening today whose kids are in junior high and high school.
The Celtics like me. That's why
Yeah.
they like me. The boy told me at AAU tournament, he said, you got a chance.
Yeah.
If you get the 6'3", you got a chance. I never got the 6'3", but he thought I had a chance.
Right. But you know what? Look at Muggsy Bogues. You look at guys like Muggsy Bogues, and I watched Muggsy play in high school in Dunbar in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Nobody would have thought at 5'4", 5'5", he would have played in the NBA.
He was crazy.
But he did.
That's a prime example of heart over height.
Yeah,
Right.
He was crazy.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right. And I just want to share that, you know, and your story is so significant, and though you might wear it on your sleeve, I think in just this arena, to be able to tell young people and some grown folk that might even be on their job, that supervisor you have or that coach that you have that's not showing you right now, there's a lesson that you can learn even about yourself, that you can take with you in life forever.
Right.
Even when somebody as a coach is not showing you the not only the love, because we ain't talking about love, it ain't personal.
No.
It's whether you put the work in on the floor. And I think one of the greatest things that I ever did in my life was as a female, and this as a woman, as a young girl, and I played in the 70s when it wasn't popular for girls to play and be at the top of their game, and go on and get a full college scholarship out of it. But I think it's so important because some of the greatest lessons that I learned was from playing sports. And I encourage parents all the time to put girls in sports, because one thing, guys, you guys have been talking about AAU and the like, you know, for girls, you know, when you're young, it's, you know, how cute you are and how's your hair and what you're wearing. Guys, the reason they deal with each other, the reason you guys, you know, negotiate with each other differently is because you learn how to play sports. And when you learn how to play sports as young guys, you go out there, you compete, you know, you leave it on the court, and then you can go play. You know, you go play games afterward. Girls, we're not taught that. That is why, and I will tell you, most successful women that you know in business played some sport. Most women who are a complete professional success was an athlete somewhere in her life. And last thing I'm going to say about that, and it is this, to every coach that is listening, the impact that you have. First of all, nobody can determine what your dream today is that it could be tomorrow.
Exactly.
There are a whole bunch of kids. Michael Jordan, and I played with his brother Larry when I graduated college. I went to play in Charlotte. I was on a radio station in Charlotte, and so I used to play in these celebrity games in Charlotte. And Larry Jordan is actually better than his brother Michael. And in his book Rare Air, Michael talks about how amazing his brother Larry Jordan was. And Larry Jordan is Larry might be about 5'7", 5'8", could sky.
He can jump. I read that book.
Oh my God, he could sky. So I played in 3-on-3 leagues with him back in the day. And he people would always ask him, well, did you ever envy your brother? He said, what was for me, I had. And his brother ended up becoming just this phenom, in the NBA. But there are a lot of it. So Michael Jordan was not the kid that he became in high school, and then without his brother, who was actually better, and then who went on to UNC, University of North Carolina. Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan until he got with the Bulls. So some coach somewhere sat him down. Gheefunny.
Now, you hitting points that you don't even know right now. Like I'm an AAU coach, and I'm all serious right now.
Stop taking these kids' dreams.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Give every kid an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because who that kid is today does not determine who they might be in the next minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or next day.
Yep.
I want to touch base on I'm not, without going too deep into detail. My nephew plays for Newman Goretti. You know what I mean? And he was set down, to me, out of spite, to me, out of arrogance. He was set down and missed his whole junior season.
Wow, how dare!
Because a couple grown men.
Because adults.
Because a couple grown men snatched that from him. You know what I mean? And how he persevered through that adversity, how he continued to grind, continued to grow as a young man.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of him. And
I know,
I'm only
right?
saying this right
Says
now
a
to be
lot
live.
about his character.
Yeah, I'm saying this right now to be live.
Yeah.
And I want him to hear that I'm super proud of him.
Amen.
You know what I mean? I feel like the rest of the family is proud of how he persevered. And now he went into his junior
And that
year.
coach is gonna come back and ask you for a job in a couple of years, brother. Know that. Go ahead.
Sir. He came back his
I'll
junior
say
year.
that too.
He came in his junior year. He had no scholarship offers.
Wow.
You know what I mean? None. He never really played AAU or high level AAU.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys that always had him under the wing when I'm not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But now he has 7 NCAA.
So
Division
he's a high schooler now.
Yeah. He's a high schooler now. He's going into his senior year.
Oh well, good. All the best to him.
Shout out
All
to
the
Lorenzo,
best to
man.
him.
Shout
All the
out
best
to
to him. That
Shout out
says
to
a
Brad
lot.
Wanamaker too.
Yeah, Brad Wanamaker, man. One of my closest guys. He's actually on the board of advisors as well. I put him right with Brad, because I feel like Brad is going to mold him outside of basketball and hold him accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put him in the right position to win and to be successful, and also teach people under him.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
What's your nephew's name?
Lorenzo Jenkins.
Lorenzo. Where's he play?
He plays at Newman Goretti.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I follow him this season,
Okay.
and we'll shout him out.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
good for
Appreciate it.
him. Good for him. He's gonna be a better man for it.
Yeah,
You know?
he's a solid,
And
he's a solid
and
kid.
in life, that's gonna exceed just his game. In
Right,
life,
I think
he's
that's-
learning a lesson that they don't teach in the class.
I think a lot of people, especially in our basketball community, forget that this window closes. Now, I'm when I say that, man, I've endured over the last 3 years. So I'm always a closed-in guy, but I've endured dealing with people multiple ways in the last 2 years, and I feel like a lot of people are arrogant. I feel like a lot of people are delusional.
Yeah,
You know
their
what I mean?
their ego get the best of their judgment.
And this window closes
Yeah.
fast for us basketball players.
Yeah.
And how you treat people, how you go about handling things, that speaks volumes of miles of who people are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me give G an opportunity just to wrap up this portion of the conversation, and we're going to close in a few minutes. If you had something you wanted to add.
I got to do this kind of like on my own little podcast thing, because I wish I could have you on my podcast.
You can have it anytime you
Yes,
like.
because
I like
that was
you.
great. That was great, man. You know what? When I was going through what I was going through in high school and not getting in and learning, like you said, like my parents wasn't, fully into like the basketball as like everybody parents is today. A lot of the grown folks is getting in the way of a lot of things in athletics today. Okay, whether it's a coach, whether it's a handler, whether it's a parent, whether it's a parent fighting a coach, whether it's a parent sleeping with a coach, or whatever, and it messes up situations with a kid. You know what I'm saying? It gotta stop. It gotta become more about the kids again.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of make it about us, like, and that's the kind of situation that his nephew was in. People made it about them instead of making it about Lorenzo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you stop a kid from playing that, and the only thing it did was hurt him, because it ain't hurting even one of the programs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that wasn't fair.
Yeah.
So that goes on at every level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Great conversation. See, I just love this. I mean, this is just giving me life. And I'll close with this. We've got about two and a half minutes. And Novar, kind of brought it up quickly a second ago. So I went to a multicultural school. My parents were military, so it was majority black, white, whatever the case might be, and did well, made all state, was all this, was all American, and did not get one legitimate scholarship offer. The scholarship offer they wanted me to take, my coach wanted me to take, was Juan College in North Carolina. I was like, wait, Juan, I got more ball in me than that. It just so happened my sister had gone off to Morgan State University, and when I walked onto campus, I was like, oh, look at all these black people. I was like, first, because I had never been to an HBCU before, and I went to a multicultural, diverse military community school, and I was like, oh, these black people, I want to go here. But I had, didn't have necessarily the money. My parents paid for the first semester, and I remember walking into the gym, and the coach said, well, if you can make it, then I'll look and see what it is that we can do for you. And there were girls there from all over the country who, the majority on scholarship. I was absolutely intimidated, but that is what drove me. And as a result, ended up,
Hall of Fame.
right.
Hall of Fame,
I ended up going as a walk-on. And second semester, she said, I'm going to give you a full scholarship. By my sophomore year, I was starting at point guard and played hard and committed. Here's where the story gets really interesting. when it came time for graduation, we're doing our exit interview with my coach. She gives me a Morgan State University jacket, and she says, here's your folder. I looked through the folder, and my track coach, Coach Joe Thornton, who was the only African-American in our physical education department, and I ran track for him in high school. And he is a Hall of Famer from Norfolk State University. And there was a letter Coach Thornton had written to Coach Lou Fields, who was my college coach. And in that letter, he said, hey, you've got a young lady coming to Morgan State University who's a go-getter from a great family, is a good kid. Just give her an opportunity, and I think you're going to make a right decision, right? Coach Joe Thornton, as my track coach, wrote that letter. I didn't know that until 4.5 years later when I got ready to graduate. I went to his house, and he was 75 years old. I said, Coach, thank you for that. And let me tell you why that's so significant, talking about your nephew, talking about your experience. Here is where a black man who was in a position that recognized the environment and wrote a letter on my behalf when I didn't ask him to. So she knew who I was before I even walked into the gymnasium. And that letter had an impact. And as a result, 34 years later, I'm inducted into the Morgan State University Hall of Fame.
You too?
You too? Give me some. Yes. And so I only say that to say, if you can't be a positive role model in the space of young people, then get out of the space. Get out of the space. Because, you know, just like a lot of parents are living vicariously through their children, a lot of coaches that coach young people are living vicariously trying to be something that they're not too. All right, I'm done. Listen, so that's going to do it for me. I got to go. Gheefunny, Novar, Kev, thank you for joining us. And, of course, to you guys as well. Thank you for joining us for Headlines. I'm Frankie Darcel.
Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you.
Thank you.